Ladies and gentlemen, our nation is awash in red ink. The federal government has a $14.3 trillion national debt. The federal government also has, depending upon whom you believe, a $1.3 to $1.5 trillion budget deficit. The state of Louisiana has at least a $1.5 billion budget hole.
And now, on April 2nd, the city of Shreveport wants to burden us with another $175 million in bonded debt.
The $175 million, requiring 3 separate votes and 3 separate lever pulls, would apparently be apportioned as follows. Number 1, $93 million for water and sewer repairs to a system, we are told, in drastic shape and in dire need of refurbishment. 2,
$38 million for police, fire, public assembly, recreation, and handicap accessibility.
Number 3, $44 million for street and drainage projects. But how will these projects be paid for? Well, number 1, revenue bonds, based upon water and sewer utility rates paid monthly.
2, general obligation bonds, based upon the AAA bond rating and full faith and credit of the city of Shreveport.
And number 3, a combination of both. Note, we also have been told that the city of Shreveport has the capacity to bond itself and us up to $280 million in debt. This is of great concern.
What gives? How is the city of Shreveport just now realizing the apparently gravely deteriorated state of our water and sewer infrastructure?
And how is it we need another $175 million in bonded debt when we already have the highest property taxes in the state? For example, our city property taxes are 231.9% higher than Baton Rouge.
Where is all that money?
How are our property taxes so outrageously high, yet we still need millions more dollars to repair a poor water and sewer system? This compelling question has traditionally been answered in a breezy and dismissive fashion with the response, well, Shreveport has a low population density and we run our water and sewer lines so far out of the city.
However, we have never seen an engineering or other study offered to support or confirm this statement.
And, according to the new census data, Shreveport has the same or fewer people than it did in the last census. And we know we have 6,420 fewer people in Shreveport than we did in 1980. When you couple the census data with our super high property taxes, it is unbelievable that we cannot fund and maintain an adequate water and sewer system without millions more dollars and debt.
On a related note, if our water and sewer system are in such drastic need of repair, why isn't all the $175 million going to this need?
This is illogical and inconsistent. We have learned recently that the city of Shreveport has a newly built fire station that it has struggled to staff. We have also recently learned that there are also 2 new additional fire stations planned. It strikes us as illogical to divert money from an apparently grave water and sewer infrastructure problem that we must address to build fire stations that we may not be able to staff. These kinds of poorly conceived fiscal practices by the city of Shreveport strengthen the argument for privatizing services like the Department of Operational Services.
As we debate the bond issue, we fully expect city leaders to argue that they have called for water and sewer upgrades for many years. If that is the case, that is probably a reflection of past city governments not prioritizing and following through on our critical needs.
This is our concern. We think it is likely that a water and sewer project of the magnitude we are told is needed will likely require far more than the $93 million earmarked for it on April 2nd. We think it is much more likely these funds are merely an opening expenditure.
In fact, we suspect Shreveporters are not being told that more bond money and much higher water and sewer rates are intended by local officials. We feel we are not being fully briefed about all of the needs we face and the entire plan to address them. If a mayor of Shreveport wanted to level with the citizens of Shreveport, he or she would have shared the entire goal and plan from the beginning and let us approve or disapprove the entire plan, rather than employing this misdirection and piecemeal strategy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our philosophy, our view of government is that today many Louisianians and Americans believe that government at every level has an abysmal track record of managing taxpayer dollars, whether in the form of direct taxes or the equally corrosive use of bonded debt we have here. And because we are aware of the propensity of government to exist permanently on the backs, wallets, and sweat equity of our productive citizens, we will continue to scrutinize and educate our citizens about taxes, debt, and government expenditures of this kind.
While we understand that government must perform certain functions in order to provide a civil and ordered society, we will not accept or defer to government's assertion that it is always doing so in the most efficient and targeted manner. For this reason, the burden of proof is not on taxpayers to demonstrate that a proposed project is not needed. The burden of proof is on the government entity to prove with clear and convincing evidence that it is. We will accept no less.
Ladies and gentlemen, until we are provided more complete information, we respectfully recommend a no vote on all three debt measures. If necessary, the bond vote can be postponed and rescheduled for the governor's election date of October the 22nd, 2011, when far more of our citizens traditionally turn out to vote. Thank you.